And the good news, of course, is that we have, of course, Winder Research, which is the company that you founded and that you are leading, you're founder and CEO, which is a consultancy for just these types of problems, not just reinforcement learning, but all kinds of machine learning. What are some of the projects you work on? You know, there's a few interesting projects that you've done that might apply more widely.
Yeah, so we tend to work on quite a diverse range of projects. Traditionally, we have focused more on the data side of things, the pure data angle, where companies are attempting to, they typically they have or are aware that they have large amounts of data and they can do useful things with them. And we help them analyze and automate and build off applications based upon that data. But actually, more recently, we found that many companies have either already done that or are doing that themselves. And actually, they're struggling with the process of doing that. Like, actually, how do we take our data and how do we build our machine learning platforms and applications? And that's actually the problem they've been struggling with. So we've also been working a lot to help companies build out their ML platforms, their ML processes. And ultimately, we're trying to make it easier for them to develop their ML and RL applications. So that's generally the sort of the two themes of the business. One is the pure data side, where we're helping them on the data science front, and the other side is like the engineering side, where we're actually helping build the systems to build the products. So to give you a couple of examples of that, I won't mention any names if that's okay, because it's kind of a public recording. But there's several companies that tend to be smaller in size, where we've helped them build out a significant part of their product from the data that they have from their customers. I think one of the coolest applications was a machine learning based web application firewall. So the idea here is that you have a firewall that sits in front of your applications, which attempts to block people, attempts to block access whenever they're trying to do something a bit naughty. And so we helped them build a product that allowed the firewall to kind of learn over time from attempted hack attempts to block certain patterns, certain features within the data that are that look like hacking. Okay, so that was pretty cool. It's a pure sort of data-driven product there. On the other side, on the engineering side, we work with larger enterprises typically to help them build out their internal platforms and processes. So here we're building things like data science platforms to help their data scientists use their data and do their data science in a more efficient way, and ultimately actually build out products and solutions from their efforts. So helping them build their data science applications there. Sometimes it's dedicated platforms. We worked with one client to build a dedicated NLP platform, natural language processing platform, that allowed them to build up and wire up new NLP applications from some sort of base primitive techniques that we helped provide. So that's kind of a flavor of some of the things that we work on.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's one of the reasons, I guess, that, people like you and myself are employed, is that, of course, these companies have data, they have technology, but it isn't their core business. If they're a bank, money's their core business. If they're an energy company, energy is the core business. And yet they have all this stuff of value. And so then this is where I think you guys are bringing really a lot of value to bring you in to help them along with that part of it, so they don't suffer from the opportunity cost ultimately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think also actually the majority of people I speak to, they would kind of love to do some of this themselves, or they would like to task their employees to do it for them, but they just don't have the time. They're concentrating on the core business, they're concentrating on making it better for their customers, but they kind of know that they're missing out by not doing this. So quite often we come in and we help them do sometimes quite research driven projects, to just provide them with the ability to say yes or no. It's like, yes, this is definitely an approach we want to invest in the future, and they wouldn't be able to do that without people like us.